Mula sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao, sa iba't ibang sulok ng mundo, kami po ay nagpapasalamat sa inyong panonood ng Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. We are coming back to you live from the San Andres Sports Complex in Manila, neutral ground for Sarangani and Batangas. Batangas has a 2-game winning streak, while it's 3 straight losses for the Sarangani Marlins, who will have to move on in this game without their top scorer in Ryan Suwal. So they're missing out on 18 points per outing. But on the other end, Philip Panyamogan is slowly catching fire for Batangas City. He scored 21 points, tying his second highest performance scoring-wise this season, behind the 25 that he had versus Bicol. That 21-point performance happened in the previous outing versus Muntinlupa. It is Batangas City versus Sarangani to wrap up our MPBL Thursday. Thank you for joining us, folks. This is Mix Comments at your service alongside Juanito Gregorio and Sydney Crespo. Juanito, itong Batangas, 3 straight times na nag-division finals, pero hindi sila umaabot ng national finals. In your eyes, ano ba yung kulang sa kanila?
Well, there's really the depth of the league. Wala namang kulang sa Batangas. There's a complete team, a good coach, a good system, a good culture. But with all of the teams here in the MPBL, sometimes kinukulang lang talaga ng firepower itong Batangas in the end. But we do know that there's a few additions here in Batangas. Philip Panyamogan is now going to be playing for them. Now, of course, there's a few injuries, but we do know that this is still a very well-cultured team. So I do expect that they will battle it out here come the playoff time, itong Batangas.
Right now, they're seated number 3 in the South Division team standings, which we will review because it is very important to locate where Batangas is. At number 4 is Binyan. They share the same record as the Rum Masters.
This is an important game for Batangas because they still want to be able to protect that number 3 position moving forward here in our playoffs. And Binyan is really knocking on that door at 19-8. This is going to be, I think, the last game of Batangas here in this elimination round. So, again, it's going to be a very, very important game, especially moving forward towards the playoffs. But for them to be able to end early, they can rest out a few days and be able to prepare for the playoffs.
By the way, on the other end for Sarangani, they still have 3 more remaining games after this in Pangasinan, Iloilo, and Caloocan, respectively. Now let's talk about the previous game of these Marlins. They lost to the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards in big-time fashion, 117-80.
Really little you can do if you're going up against itong Nueva Ecija. This is a team that really outpowers you with their system. We just watched it in our previous game before this. And in that game, it was, of course, the same result para dito sa Nueva Ecija. In that game, they scored 80 points. So offensively, we do know that Sarangani has that firepower, but defensively really gave up a lot of things against Nueva Ecija. It's hard to win if you're going to give up 54.7% on field goals. Also on the rebounding end, going the side of Nueva Ecija. Points inside the paint, 64 of the 117. Of course, bench points as well, all going the side of the Rice Vanguards.
That was the second largest loss of Sarangani in the season. Prior to that, they lost to Pampanga 109-68. That's their biggest loss so far. On the other end, for Batangas City, they won versus Muntinlupa, and this is a team that's normally okay against teams with losing records. They actually have 0 losses against teams with an under 500 record.
But of course, here in Batangas, there was a scare in the first half. They were down 34-26 against Muntinlupa. We don't know how systemized itong Muntinlupa is, and Batangas struggled in that game in the first half. But in the second half, all of a sudden, Batangas turned on the Jets in that third quarter, eventually going home with a victory. You look at the numbers right here, 45%, much more efficient. 3-pointers plus 2. The side of Batangas, and of course the inside points. That is one strength of Batangas in that game. So, very good third and fourth quarter for the Batangas to eventually go home with that victory.
It seemed like they had to adjust back to the AUF gym in Angeles, Pampanga. The first time that we were there since Season 3 of the MPBL. But now we're back in Manila as we turn you over to Richard Campos.
Hello everyone and welcome to our main game here at San Andres Sports Complex. It's Sarangani versus Batangas City on the 2024 Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 6 presented by Extreme. We got the starting lineups first. The Sarangani Marlins. Guard number 2, Carl Gaa. At forward number 4, Zach San Felipe. Coming in at center number 13, Coy Alves. Point guard number 30, Charles Caliano. And at power forward number 34, King Destacamento. The head coach is Master J.K. John Calios. Assistant coaches Gilbert Cole, Joshua Inocentes, Jeff Cleopas, and Jock Labrador. The team manager is architect Andrew Bellarmino. Now the MPBL inaugural season champion, Batangas City Tanduay Ramesters. Guard number 0, RJ Ramirez. Playing center number 14, Chris Porter. At forward number 19, O'Neil Arim. One guard number 25, Philip Panyamogan. And at forward number 26, John Ambuluto. The head coach is Cholo Villanueva. His assistants are J.R. Aquino, Warren Capitan, John Arenas, and Dino Ponce Enrile.
The Ever Starting Fives brought to you by Sports Max, powered by Playmax, the official online entertainment partner of the MPBL. Win to the max. So the core 4 is out in the starting lineup for Coach Cholo Villanueva. They have John Aboluto, O'Neil Arim, Chris Porter, RJ Ramirez, and Philip Panyamogan. On the other end, we have Carl Ga, Charles Caliano, Coy Alves, King Destacamento, and Zach San Felipe for Sarangani. No Ryan Sual, no Cedric Ablaza, no Levi Hernandez in this game. But it's good to see King Destacamento back after missing out on their previous outing. Alam naman natin kung gaano ka-importante ang kanyang duo with Coy Alves in the interior.
One of the more lengthier front court we have here in the league in Destacamento and also Coy Alves.
They're number 2 and 3 in the league in shot blocking. 1.5 for King and 1.2 for Coy. As Philip Benyamogan continues with his streak.
You want to start a ball game, be able to get that first basket and be able to defend well, get the rhythm early on here in the game.
Benyamogan defending Gaa. It's Destacamento. Short on his 3. Rebound, O'Neil Arim. Cross-court pass, a bit too low there. Buti na lang, athletic itong si RJ Ramirez. Kung hindi, natamaan na sa mukha si Juanito Gregorio.
Right in front of me.
Napailag siya eh. This is Charles Caliano onto his trailer in Destacamento.
That's one thing I do expect from the front court of Sarangani, to try and outrun the front court of Batangas. Both Coy Alves and King Destacamento are very athletic bigs. So let's expect a lot of running from these two.
And Caliano has been a well-capable timer in the season, as I should say, for Sarangani. He's the one usually delivering the ball to Ryan Suwal. Now he gives it up to Destacamento. Back to Charles Caliano. Inside to Coy Alves.
What a beautiful two-man game between Caliano and also Coy Alves. Textbook on that give and go. On that pick and roll.
Well, this could be a nice breakout game for Charles Caliano, as Philip Panyamogan just made a second three-pointer.
And that's coming off the same play, off the handoff coming from Chris Porter. Looking like that handoff is something they practiced in their trainings.
Panyamogan could be that missing piece after all for Batangas to try to get over the hump and reach the national finals. As much as we have glorified this franchise from being our inaugural champions, that was a different core back then. And this group of Coach Cholo Villanueva has been hungry, if not the hungriest, in the MPBL into winning that title, as this three-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Panyamogan is a returning player to Coach Cholo himself after only having a couple of games with Makati, and then he played in the PBA. At ngayon, ang kanyang pagbabalik. Over 2 minutes gone by. San Felipe denied by Ambuluto. Here's RJ. Ramirez is fouled. Great upper body strength. 2 free throws.
Could have been an end one for RJ Ramirez, but he'll be trooping to the line for 2 right here.
Personally, I'm just waiting for this guy to erupt. RJ Ramirez is already an established baller here in the MPBL. He played for Bacoor. Had a couple of crucial games with a crucial role for them. It's not easy learning the system of Coach Cholo Villanueva. You cover him in the UAP Women's Division. I asked those women in the UAP Content Day kung gaano katagal ba, how long does it usually take to master Coach Cholo's system, and they answered 3 to 4 years.
We do know kaya pag tinanong mo to si Coach Cholo, he really sticks with the same players because he needs players to be able to fit his system. We do know that he is a coach that has a really good system, but that is also the hard part. You have to be able to learn his system to perfection. That's why they added Philip Panyamogan, one guy who already knows the system. So hindi na siya mahihirapan to adapt back to Coach Cholo's offense.
Carl Gaa scores for Sarangani. I tried to bleed it out from the Batangas and Lasal women's players. Can you give me an example? Bakit mahirap matutunan? And they said it's about reads eh. Kasi kada galaw may basa ka.
Yes.
At hindi mo lang binabasa yung depensa, binabasa mo rin yung galaw ng mga kampi mo.
You know, me and Diego Dario, we're basketball nerds. We watch the game just for us to learn and talk about the game. We watch the games of the teams of Coach Cholo Villanueva and we just look at each other because paano na nakita yun? Paano nagkaroon ng option doon? And these are the plays that Coach Cholo really just teaches his squad that there's just a lot of options on your team. You look at the ball movement in that last play. It's just pure comfort coming from this Batangas squad.
Later on, I'll add more to that when Jong Baloria comes in. As there's a miss by San Felipe and we're back with Batangas City. This is Philip Panyamogan. On the attack, Panyamogan will miss.
I tried to go for a foul there, would not get the call.
Gaa gives it up. Destacamento. Over 3.5 minutes gone by. San Felipe up top to King. Going to Charles Caliano. Trying to operate against the taller Panyamogan. Caliano in trouble. 4 on the shot clock. Destacamento. One-legged. Oh, he made it.
That was terrific individual defense by Batangas in that last play, but just better offense by Sarangani in that last play.
And it's good to see that Sacramento has improved his offensive game because he's been widely known as a defensive guy, as a rim-running guy, a rebounder here in the MPBL. Silang dalawa, ni Koy Alves ang nag-develop ng kanilang offensive game this season.
They're getting a lot of opportunities, a lot of burden here in Sarangani. So good for them to watch that. A little one-step fader para dito kay King Destacamento. That's actually pretty tough. It just looks easy because he worked on it, but that is a tough shot to make.
9-8, Sarangani on top by 1. There's an escape by Zach San Felipe.
Miscommunication on the defensive end. Philip really wanted that switch. Si Ambuluto thought he was just going to help out a little bit. That's going to be a wide open shot for Sarangani.
On the other end, that's the purpose of why Chris Porter is with Batangas City. A threat on the low block.
You know, he's actually pretty young. Ito si Chris Porter, I think only about 30 years of age. But the way he moves, this guy moves like a veteran. Looking like someone who already has a lot of experience in basketball.
Well, he did learn from a couple of great coaches, Norman Black and Tab Baldwin. And now his younger brother continues to learn from Coach Tab.
That's right. They just look alike, but they play very different. Itong dalawang Chris Porter.
Oh, I actually see some similarities, especially with their shooting.
Ah, yes.
Sa shooting form nila.
That's right.
As Ramirez scores for Batangas City. Tsaka magkamukha talaga eh.
And they have the same name.
Yeah.
They have the same name.
Shout out to Christian Porter, by the way, of the Ateneo Blue Eagles, as Gaa was not fouled. He threw the ball away.
How tough is that attack? You're going up against 3 bigs of Batangas right there in Arim Ambuluto and Porter. Let's watch this play first on Fast Break.
This is our Fast Break of the game, brought to you by Sports Max, powered by PlayMax, the official online entertainment partner of the MPBL. Win to the max.
Just watching this Batangas team, this is actually a very tall 5. I just noticed right now. You have Panyamogan at the 1, Ramirez at the 2, Arim at the 3. That is a 5 where everybody is above 6'2". So that is a very tall 5 for Batangas.
Sideline inbound for RJ Ramirez. Chris Porter giving it up to Panyamogan. Panyamogan fishing for the foul to no avail. And there's the foul obtained by John Ampoluto. It's going to be on Koy Alves.
Really trying to outpower the middle. They do know that in terms of size and width, malaking advantage nitong Batangas. So they really want to be able to put that ball down low. But a quick adjustment by Coach John, putting in a well-known defender in Marvin Hayes.
Right. By the way, the foul was on Roque, not on Alves. Porter scores for Batangas. He has 4.
Same game plan para dito sa Batangas. Put that ball down low, try and utilize that advantage on the inside.
Back with the red shirts, Chris Porter. Same shooting style as Christian.
That's right, but one thing he can give is that modern day stretch 4. Itong si Chris Porter showed us his post moves. Now showing that he can also stretch out the floor, a complete big man para kay Coach Cholo Villanueva.
Well, he did learn this from the same head coach of his younger brother. Shout out to Coach Tab Baldwin. 3.5 minutes to go. 17-11.
Welcome back to the MPBL. It was August 2022 when Coach Cholo Villanueva uttered the words, "To be elite is to be consistent," in one of our interviews. Now still working with almost the same faces in Batangas, how close are they now to this standard? For Coach Cholo, he works better with people he knows, and this group is still and always working on their consistency. In fact, they are still eyeing for the number 2 spot in the South Division, and he reminded me that he usually finished the regular season at the 1st or 2nd spot. He's just very happy that after some challenges and the brain surgery this season, they were able to get back to their winning ways. Nabanggit mo nga, Migs, wala muna si Cedric Ablasa, who is their most used player, and Levy Hernandez. Well, these two will see the game from a different perspective in preparation for the playoffs, and Coach Cholo wants them fresh for the next level. Migs Juanito.
Right, just load management for Coach Cholo Villanueva, who would really put a mark on that as Chris Porter converts from the mid-range, because this is relatively a veteran squad in the MPBL, and managing their bodies has been a theme all season long. Na-mention ni Sydney yung naging surgery to Coach Cholo. Even the head coach himself had a big surgery in the mid-season. That's why we missed him for a month. Sabay nga sila ni Levy Hernandez on time na yun, who also had a knee surgery for himself, to the point na magka-floor sila sa ospital nila as Ampoluto scores for Batangas
Pero ganun
City.
din talaga ka-close ang Batangas. Na pati sa ospital, magkakalapit na sila.
Yes. So at least may kausap sila, di ba? Habang nagre-recover as Roque converts from downtown.
Joshua Roque, this guy was a teammate of mine for a few years in Quezon City. So I'm really, really close to him. This guy is always instant energy.
What league was that?
We did play in a semi-professional league. We were teammates in Quezon City. Itong si Joshua Roque, he is a Quezon City native. Played for New Era. He had this term every time we would get into the court, in training, in game. You would know he's there because he would always shout energy. And that has been his role on any team, from New Era to Quezon City all the way here in Sarangani. Kaya love ko tong guy na to because he's always in high energies. Itong si Roque.
And I appreciate the fact that he has continued to fight for his dream.
Yes.
From the semi-pro ranks to now having a GAB license as a professional in Philippine basketball. What's the best performance that you saw out of him?
Oh, I saw him score 27 points. This guy is a mid-range gunner. Pag uminit na to sa mid-range, tuloy-tuloy na yan para kay Joshua Roque. Might be old school, but it works for him. Watch him score 27 points. No defender could find a way in defending him.
Off the dribble yun?
Off the dribble, off the catch, everything. Talagang specialty nito ang mid-range to si Joshua Roque.
Okay. Let's see if we can see it. This is a 3 for MJ. Missed by De La Virgen. Donachea. He was stripped there. But Donachea is one of the best offensive rebounders in the MPBL. So there was no surprise to him battling for one more chance to score. We have a timeout with a minute and change to go in the opening frame. Let's talk about Philip Panyamogan, the gunner of Batangas City. He had 21 points, 13 in the second half, 6 dimes as well, on very efficient shooting versus Muntinlupa.
You know, this guy is also a complete package para dito sa Batangas. Can offer a lot, but one thing that you can expect from him is that he will always be deadly from the outside. Someone you can never leave open, because when he gets going, tuloy-tuloy na to para kay Philip Panyamogan. And so far here, he already has 2 3-pointers here in this ballgame.
I remember the first time I covered him this season, I was with Wesley Gonzalez. As De La Virgen converts from downtown. I was asking Wesley, kamusta si Philip sa PBA? At sabi niya, sobrang galing niya, deadly scorer. And to me, it was the stature of Wesley Gonzalez and his words that convinced me na kailangan talagang abangan itong si Philip Panyamogan as Megan Galang makes a 3.
That's right. My dad, he played for NX for quite some time, and my dad was part of that company. And he was actually kind of sad that Philip was actually gonna play back here for Batangas because he liked that guy. But it's good news para kay Coach Cholo for him to be able to get him back here.
Sorry, Coach Alan. We hope you're doing well. 15 seconds to go before the end of one. 26-17. This is Rep Diputado. He was a bright spot in the previous game. Can he score or possibly get a dime? But to no avail, as that was a traveling violation on Marvin Hayes. 2 seconds to go. Could this be a half-court shot for MJ De La Virgen? Will he fire? Yes, he will. Just short. That will do it for our first 10 minutes. Batangas is up by 9.
Very good system by Batangas to start the ball game with NC team basketball. Philip Panyamogan, Chris Porter, and now MJ De La Virgen all getting shots from the outside. But it's, of course, because of the beautiful system that was set out by Coach Cholo Villanueva.
We saw 9 assists off of the 10 field goals of Batangas in the first frame. Coy Alves tried to counter on the other end. He had 6 assists on 7 field goals, but Chris Porter was just too hot. He reached double figures by himself. 10 points for Chris. His first quarter score is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball and partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. Babalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Joseph Celso and Sarangani are down by 9 as we begin things for the second frame here in Manila. This is Mix Gomez alongside Juanito Gregorio and Sidney Crespo for your MPBL Thursday. Tomorrow, you will proceed to the Alonte Sports Arena and then on Saturday to the Brenzy Giao Convention Center. As the ball goes out of bounds in favor of Batangas. There's a correction in the statistics. Chris Porter has 9 points instead of 10. Kanina kasi nai-reflect din na 27 points sa Batangas. So 26 po ang total ngayon ng Batangas City. Valoria, no good. Rebound, Celso.
We rarely talk about the depth of Batangas. There's so much continuity in this team that we don't appreciate how deep this team also is. Even with some injuries, even with these guys already playing a lot, there's still a lot of guys you can really get from that bench of Batangas.
And usually, we see their prowess against teams with losing records. Batangas, isa yan sa mga kupunan na grabe makatambak dito sa MPBL. Especially with their pressure defense. As there's a foul on that last second shot by Rev Diputado.
Oh, that is a foul on MJ de la Virgen on the final 0.5 seconds of the shot clock. Yan ang pinakamasakit sa ulo na foul. 23.5 seconds of good defense, then you foul on that last 0.5.
Diputado scores his first point in this game. He had 14 points versus Nueva Ecija, the highest that he has had ever since April 12, when he had 22 versus Mindoro. Matagal-tagal na yun. And that's because of a long-time groin injury for Rev Diputado. Mahirap na, alam mo yun, may nangangawit, may naiipit sa katawan mo habang tumatakbo ka.
That is one very uncomfortable injury. That's actually one of the reasons why LeBron James actually sat out for quite some time. He said that groin injury is very uncomfortable.
There's a miss by Valoria. We're back with Diputado. He passes it to Celso. No dime for Rev. Rebound Galang, cross court. It's a steal for Donachea, the best defender of Batangas City.
Good read, good run. Defense to offense para dito kay Donachea. Reading that passing lane well, getting that swipe, and able to finish that fast break.
On the other end, it's Celso able to convert.
And that is the role of Celso to stretch out the floor.
He hasn't been shy shooting that basketball. He will be checking his shooting percentage in a moment. Joseph Celso, 1 out of 3 so far as Apinan is fouled.
It's a good driving lane for Jexter Apinan. Actually, the system by Coach Cholo, you see how many options there were. There's going to be an option on the post for a guard. There's going to be an option for the big to stretch out the floor. There's going to be options on the corner and even driving lanes for the bigs. At ganun po kahirap talaga matutunan itong sistema ni Coach Cholo because of how many options there are.
This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. You talk about options, we can also talk about abilities for these players. Coach Cholo has bigs who have guard skills.
Yes.
Including Jexter Apinan and, of course, Cedric Ablaza, who is the second leading scorer in the season for Batangas behind Levi Hernandez. But as mentioned by Sydney, those two are out in today's game. Both have very minor knee injuries.
I'm sure they're just on the safe side entering the playoffs. This is not the youngest team. So you want to be fresh. You want to be able to compete at 100% entering our playoffs.
5 on a shot clock for Diputado. Destacamento. It's Galang who will shoot. That's no good. Although it's good to see Megan Galang back as well for Sarangani. He missed a month or so for the Marlins. I'll tell you more about it later on as Ochea misfires. Rebound Marvin Hayes, and here's Megan Galang. He passes to your buddy, Roque from the corner.
We talk about his mid-range, but today it's his three-point shooting that's working for Joshua Roque. One off the left wing, now one off the corner. 6 points in total for Joshua Roque.
Apinan on the other end, there's the reading situation for Batangas City.
You know, if he gave that handoff, that could have been a good play on the right side. But he knew that either someone helps out or there's a driving lane for Jexter Apinan. Even Don Ochea was there for a possible drop pass. Lalo ba karami ang options para kay Coach Cholo?
It was also like a screen given up by Ochea. Wow, just they're in sync. And Apinan is back at the line. He's 3 out of 3.
You know, one guy that is always on the bench, I have to know what's his status. It's Marco Layon. Para dito sa
he's just in and out of the rotation.
All right.
Batangas City. Although it's good that he's back in the lineup in the MPBL. He's been in and out of the rosters as well.
And we do know that this guy is also plays the same way. 6'4", 6'5", can stretch out the floor, very versatile. Just like this guy. Ooh, finishing right.
He's feeling good. He hasn't missed from the line. And now he has 9 points.
No, it's actually not the dribble. It's not the attack that surprises us. It's the finish. This guy always attacks left.
Oh, that's something that he can carry over to the playoffs as Marvin Hayes, the vlogger,
Yes.
scores from downtown.
You know what's funny is that I was watching his vlog right before heading over to this venue.
Yeah, we won't talk about the content of the vlogs, but if you're curious enough, watch it. Because he has a very nice voiceover to it as well. And now it's Valoria scoring. And Oche was commanding his veteran to play pressure defense.
Oh,
there you go. It's all worth it. Apinan. 2 more points.
Right side, left side, no problem para kay Jexer Apinani. He's been scoring non-stop here in the second quarter.
He's now the leading scorer of Batangas ahead of Chris Porter. 39-27. Caliano will shoot. 2 strong rebound, MJ. They go to the right. Ochea. Nice fake. Great patience.
It's the bigs of Batangas making it work today. It's Ochea, Porter, Apinan. Everybody's been chipping in big time para dito sa Batangas.
A miss by Diputado on the other end. Valoria tried to tell De La Virgen to slow down, but MJ had a different idea. And there you go. That's why.
No need to stop if your offense is working. And MJ De La Virgen saw that there was someone running on that trail lane. No need to stop because that was a perfect assist coming from MJ De La Virgen.
This play of the game is brought to you by Suzuki. Don Ochea is gassed, but no problem. As long as he's doing the right things for Batangas City, he will continue to be on the floor for Coach Cholo Villanueva.
He's been doing everything, offense, defense, been running that floor. You want to be able to give 100% every time you're on the court, and that is not just 100. That's probably 150%
Yeah.
galing dito kay Don Ochea.
Don Ochea was efficient as well versus Muntinlupa. He reached double figures, which is what do you want to see for this guy because he's known for his defense. Gusto mo rin namang mabigyan siya ng moments offensively.
Yes, Don Ochea will always be known as a defensive guy. You see how gassed he is. He was playing full court pressure, and he's been running the floor on the fast break as well. But given the chance on the offensive end, he can also produce for your team.
That's the usual producer in Jong Valoria, able to score on the break off of another steal. And that allows me to go back to what I was supposed to say in the first quarter. In terms of the system of Coach Cholo Villanueva, that takes 3 to 4 years of learning because it takes a lot of reads. Tinanong ko si Dan Malyari ng Manila, Batang Sampaloc, kung sino ang pinakamatindi niyang binantayan so far. At ang sabi niya, Jong Valoria. I asked why. And he said, it's because of the counters that he gives me. Kasi, apparently, bilang defender, meron kang pinapakita sa offensive player. Ang ginagawa naman daw ni Jong Valoria, binabasa yung depensa na binibigay sa kanya. Na-counter niya lang yun. May backdoor, may mga handoff, may pull-up, may atake.
And that's really perfectly said galing kay Dan because that is the way that Jong Valoria has been playing. We do know the talent. Na pag nilagyan mo pa ng magandang sistema, itong si Jong Valoria, talagang lalabas pa yung laro ni Jong. And he is a perfect fit for Coach Cholo Villanueva. So, talagang lahat ng puzzle nagdudugtong-dugtong na. And that's why he is one of the stars para dito sa Batangas. Ito si Jong.
And he's had to carry the offensive load this season in that 1-month absence of Levy Hernandez. Mark Cruz sits down. We have a homegrown inside the game now in the former All-Star, VJ Alarcon for Batangas City. Yun ang maganda sa MPBL. Kada taon may homegrown All-Star tayong nabibigyan ng pagkakataon. Just like Brian Lacap and JJ Caspe this year. This is Charles Caliano. We're down by 16. Marvin Hayes. One-hander. No good. Rebound to Sarangani. Destacamento. To the right. It's a 3. Missed. That was Marleo Dakara, by the way, for the Marlins.
Sorry, miss for Ambuluto, but still another chance para dito sa Batangas.
Isit, no good. Ambuluto again. 2 free throws.
Did you see that read once again? Fake handoff. All of a sudden, there's a backdoor cut para kay CJ Isit. This will end in a miss.
Si Coach Cholo, madalas yan sumignal ng diamond. Or triangle ba yun?
I'm not really sure. I don't really look at... I haven't seen...
Sige, yun ang challenge ko sa'yo.
Okay.
Sa game na to. Try to notice kung kailan siya magsisimbol nung diamond or triangle and what they do as he gives out that instruction. He's giving it right now. As you take a look at Sed Ablaza.
I want to look at the defense right after him giving that... Oh, ayan na si Sed.
Okay. Tignan natin, ha. Conversion.
That's a double C.
Baka 1-2-1-1.
Yes, I think that is.
Diamond nga.
Yes, yes. And then on their half-court set, may iba pa siyang binibigay na instructions.
Ito yung C. As the Sacramento misfires, inaral na natin yung sistema, eh, no?
Naku po, baka ito na ang gawing scouting.
This is VJ Alarcon misfiring. Rebound to Alves. He was fouled.
So once again, they're going back to that diamond defense. See?
Ano yun? So
It's like a double C. It's like a double C. It's a diamond defense. It's not a full court man to man.
Sabi ng floor director natin, burger play daw.
Gutom ka na, Ton. Gutom ka na.
Shout out to Ton and the rest of our production team. Again, thank you for your service. Forward pass, VJ Alarcon on the leak out.
That's a good pass. That's a good leak out. Good recognition from his teammates, knowing that there was someone running on that offensive end.
Fast break story, plus 11 for Batangas. Diputado answers back. So Rev now has 6 in this game. Under 2 minutes. A 3 for Philip. No good. Abuluto right there for the board. Another sorry miss. Abuluto finally scores.
He's so aggressive on the offensive end. Pati teammate niya, kinukuhanan na niya ng bola. Itong si John Abuluto. I think he has about 5 or 6 offensive rebounds already in this ball game.
Yeah, he has a total of 12. And that's in 12 minutes of play as well for John Abuluto as Alves scores.
We really have to credit the front court of Batangas here in this ball game. Lahat ng pinasok nitong si Coach Cholo is really providing good energy. Just a sorry miss for John.
He's piling up his sorry misses, by the way. Let's see the percentage of Abuluto. He's 1 out of 6.
And that's from close to the basket because he doesn't really stretch out the floor a lot.
Nice cut by the Sacramento. 2 free throws. Two free throws for King. First one is no good. May distraction na nagaganap dito sa San Andres Sports Complex. If you're looking at the screen, nandun po siya sa taas, sa gitna. Nag-iisang distraction sa San Andres.
50% rate yung distractor. And 50% rate as well for King Destacamento on that free throw. The instructions coming from Coach John Calyas there.
Rebound story, 33 to 15 in favor of Batangas. We've seen 15 offensive rebounds for Batangas City as Abuluto is fouled. A guy who has 10 offensive rebounds. He has 15 in total now.
I counted about 6, but there were 4 more para dito kay John Ambuluto. I was not able to count. Now they're making things hard for John here on the inside.
How can he make his free throws? He hasn't missed from the line. 2 out of 2. Ambuluto. Staying perfect. 7 points, 15 rebounds. Matagal ko nang tinatanong si Coach Cholo at yung players ng Batangas City, who's next up? Who do you want to see step up offensively? And they've been answering John Ambuluto for 2 years already. Let's just hope that he can be consistent.
We do know the capabilities of John. Kaya nitong mag-step up, but there's just so much firepower in terms of the offense of Batangas. So all John does really fits playing his role perfectly, which is that steady inside presence para dito sa Batangas.
Celso scores. That trims the lead down to 16. Back to 18 for VJ Alarcon.
VJ Alarcon has been playing terrific in terms of fast break. Every time Sarangani actually makes a mistake, Alarcon is automatically running out and trying to get that fast break.
We've seen 23 fast break points already for Batangas. Alarcon to shoot the bonus. Conversion, Megan Galang returns. This is his second game back after his month-long absence. Megan forward. Ooh, that was too high.
Good intention, not the best execution for Galang. Diputado was open on that left corner.
17 seconds. One last shot for Batangas, ideally. Here's Philip Panyamogan against Rev Diputado. 9 seconds. Panyamogan feeds. Darwin Lenore will miss. And here's Charles Caliano. 2 seconds. Caliano! He was fouled. That's 2 free throws for Charles Caliano before we head onto our halftime break.
That would have counted as well. He really sprinted it out to be able to catch that clock. And he's lucky. I think there should be a foul. Watch that again. 2 seconds. 1 second right at the nick of time. It's still 0.4. There's going to be a foul on Batangas. He did run that lane of Caliano.
It's VJ Alarcon called for it. At least he did not give up the easy layup. But if you're Coach Cholo, of course you're not happy that you still gave up one more attempt.
That's an
leading on
obvious
to
foul.
free throws.
Obvious foul. Good call by the referee. Good effort as well coming from Caliano to try and get the last 2 points.
And that's his first point in this game. One more. 1 out of 2 for Charles Caliano, who heads on to their locker room with 5 assists to his name. The halftime score is 55-37. Batangas staying consistent with their identity here in the MPBL. They scored 24 at the fast break, forcing 8 turnovers to Sarangani. This halftime score is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX.
Welcome back to the MPBL. Mula dito sa San Andres Sports Complex, you are watching our main game between the Batangas City Tanduay Rum Masters and the Sarangani Marlins. My name is Sydney Crespo at kasama ko ngayon si Sir Gene Alabanza, ang team manager ng Batangas para sa ating halftime interview. Sir Gene, good evening. Tonight is the last regular game of Batangas, and so I want to ask you, what can you say about the last 6 months or actually more at sa lahat ng mga pinagdaanan ng Batangas to get where you are now?
Yeah, the last 6 months of playing, but we've been preparing for 2 to 3 months before that. So it's basically last 9 months that we've been together. So we've learned a lot from not just each other, but also the league. How the league has changed and the teams have gotten much stronger. So we've tried our best to also fine tune our team and be able to be competitive against the top teams.
Sir Gene, I'm sure the fans would like to know also kung magiging ready ba sina Cedric at Levy pagdating ng playoffs.
Yeah, I think just today we needed to give them a little rest because galing din sila ng All-Star weekend and they've played all these games and kailangan din ng katawan nila. I think the team is ready for the playoffs, so hopefully we do well this season.
Sir Gene, anyone you want to greet?
Yeah, I'd like to greet all our fans, Batangas City. Hope they continue to support us and we'll be needing everyone for this coming playoff run. And to thank you also to Kong Marvy Marino, Mayor Beverly, bosses Kyle and Han. Yes.
Thank you so much, Sir Gene Alabanza. Huwag po kayo alis, magbabalik ang MPBL.
Our halftime score is 55-37 in favor of Batangas against Sarangani. The Rum Masters have once again exhibited their signature type of play, forcing turnovers. That's full court pressure defense, scoring at the fast break. But we have a couple more statistics to break down for you guys.
It's been a terrific first half para sa Batangas. You look at the numbers right here. Probably both teams at 41%, but there are 17 more attempts for Batangas and 7 more makes in that first half. Plus 15 rebound for Batangas. Second chance point, 0 for Sarangani. Plus 13 for Batangas as well. And fast break, the running game really have been going the side of the Tanduay Ram Masters at 24 here. Been a good first half for Batangas in total.
Even in free throw shooting, we've seen more from Batangas compared to Sarangani.
And there's no statistic really going the side. I think only one side that Sarangani can match is that both teams have made 4 3-pointers, but Sarangani has to make a lot of those for them to be able to get this comeback. They are missing the services of Ryan Suwal in this game.
That's why Rev Diputado has had to score. He has 6. Roque has 6 as well. On the other end, it's Jester Apinan with 11. Porter has 9. Ambuluto has 7 points and 15 rebounds, by the way, with 10 coming from the offensive glass. It's 15 out of the 33 rebounds of Batangas coming from the offensive end. That explains why they have more shot attempts.
Ambuluto really trying to outpower whoever is in front of him. You have to credit all of the 4 leading scorers are all front court players para dito sa Batangas.
From front court, let's go to sideline with our courtside reporter, Cindy Crespo.
Thanks, Mix. Aminado si Coach John Calios na ito ang pinakamasakit na season sa kanya dito sa MPBL at nalungkot talaga siya sa lahat ng challenges nila sa taon na ito. But looking at the silver lining, once again, he was able to help new and developing players in the league. Masaya siya na kahit papano ay ito raw ang achievements niya this season. When he thinks of his players, paalala niya sa kanila that they are working on their value for next year, whether that is with Coach JK or not. Related rin ito sa paalala niya kanina sa huddle na medyo tight at parang medyo tense ang kanyang mga players. Kaya raw dapat ngayon sa second half ay mag-enjoy lang sila at isipin ang kanilang future. What do you think, guys?
So it's the same storyline as Imus that we had earlier today. Rightfully so, because Sarangani is out of playoff contention. A lot of people would think Ryan Suwal made his case this year, introducing himself to all the other MPBL teams as they try to get recruited for next year. But to you, who's that number 2 guy?
You know, actually, it's a resurgence of Marvin Hayes. I watched him. You know, he is up there in age, but he did show that he can still compete at a high level here in the MPBL. So it's not really a new guy who impressed me here in Sarangani. It's someone who had there's been a resurgence para dito sa Sarangani.
I personally won't be surprised if Coy Alves and King de Salmento will be picked up next year by good teams or playoff teams at that, as Chris Porter scores inside. This is Zach San Felipe. Up top to Marvin Hayes. His 3-pointer is short. Rebound, O'Neal Arim. Forward to King Importante. That guy had a nice previous outing for Batangas City. He had 4.7 rebounds 2 times and 4 steals versus Muntinlupa, as O'Neal Arim, the other defensive player for Batangas, just scored. Tatlo sila na may halos pareho na role kay Coach Cholo. Don Ochea, King Importante, and O'Neal Arim. That used to be the role of JJ Manlangit before as well, as Arim scores back-to-back.
We talk about their defense a lot of times, but today it's their offense which can be talked about. Both O'Neal Arim and Don Ochea really playing terrific offensively. Even King Importante is showing out here in this ball game.
Can he score as well? Ochea? Sorry, that's O'Neal Arim. Tamo, namimix up na natin yung players as Panyamogan makes a 3-pointer.
We are in the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Batangas already has scored 12 points here in the third. That's been the type of ball game they are playing. Textbook and perfect.
This 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Philip Panyamogan with his third 3-pointer, number 6 overall for Batangas City. 69-39. It is a 30-point game here in Manila. After that, Philip Panyamogan 3-pointer for the Batangas Rum Masters. He has 12 points. So, check that. He has 4 threes now with 3 boards and 4 assists as well, making Coach Cholo happy. Although he's like Don Dulay. Hindi masyadong animated at the sideline.
Hindi mo pansin, hindi mo ramdam. If you're just gonna look at Coach Cholo, you wouldn't even feel that he has a 30-point lead here in this game. He is a perfectionist. Everything has to go well.
But he's different when you talk to him one-on-one. Very light, although he's very intelligent. He always smiles as Panyamogan scores again. I just wish we would have more moments of him being happier.
Yeah,
at the
smiling. I think you have to wait after the game for you to be able to see those smiles, or yung mga talagang light moments, yung mga dinner.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen some out-of-town games where he is smiling, he's just enjoying the moment.
This is King Importante, unable to score. Rebound, Megan Galang. Galang able to score, and that allows me to tell you why he's been gone for quite a while. Actually, it's quite a sad story. I'd like to give out my condolences to Megan Galang and his family. Recently, he lost his father, his daddy Francis, because of cancer. But the good thing is, there's a nice story to him playing basketball because of the inspiration of his father. As Panyamogan makes a 3-pointer. Apparently, his father, Francis, was a star sa Ligang Labas in Iloilo. And their bonding before was watching the PBA, kung saan naging idolo ni Megan Galang si Jason Castro. So it's watching him in the PBA and with Gilas Pilipinas, especially nung era niya na best point guard in Asia. And then umabot daw sa punto na nag-1-on-1 sila ng tatay niya at tinutulungan siya sa kanyang shooting. That's why he's a good shooter nowadays. Of course, there's that love as well from his mommy Len and his baby sister Ses, and we hope that they're doing very well. Ang maganda kay Megan Galang, pag-graduate na si Ryan Sual sa St. Clair.
Okay.
So next year, he could be shining as well if he gets the volume of shots from Coach Gino Manansala. As this fast week of the game is brought to you by Sports Max, powered by Play Max, the official online entertainment partner of the MPBL. Win to the max.
You know, that's why you really have to love why guys like Galang is given that opportunity here in the MPBL, for him to be able to get his motivation going and continue on the legacy of his father. Sabi nga, this is ang Liga ng Bawat ng Pilipino, and this is the opportunity that is given to him. Itong si Galang.
As for Ryan Sual, sana mapasahan mo na rin ng bola si Megan Galang sa ngayon pa lang para may ready na ang next man up for you guys next year. This is Roque misfiring. Rebound to O'Neal Arim. The lead is 31. Arim pulls up. Short. And a foul given up by O'Neal.
I like that O'Neal Arim is extra aggressive on the offensive end today. He knows that he won't get a lot of opportunities like this to get his scoring going. He's not the usual scorer para dito sa Batangas. So, a good chance for O'Neal to actually get his scoring going here in this game.
And this is a good chance as well given to this man in Kai Oliva, another homegrown for Batangas City. Diputado going to Destacamento. Rev. Jason Celis up top to King. Nice fake. Step back.
Ooh.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. He did. He has continued to work on his game. we're going to talk about King Destacamento a few years back. That's probably something you would not see from him. A fake to a step back to a wide open mid-range shot. Continues to work on his game, and that is such a beauty para dito kay King.
There we see the last 3 games of Coach John Calios in their campaign. It's Pangasinan on September 24, Iloilo on September 28, and Caloocan, Batang Kankalu on October 1. The first week of October will be the last week where we would have regular season games, and then playoffs na po tayo for the North and the South. Rizal lost earlier today, which means the light is on for Val City and QC to try to overtake them in that 8th spot. We do have some information though from our head of stats in Jao Mangonon. Kapag magtabla ang tatlo, Rizal, QC, and Val City, the quotient belongs to Rizal. They will get the number 8 slot. Kapag dalawahan ang nagtabla, there's an advantage of QC over Val City. And Rizal obviously has the advantage over those two. So, kumbaga, Valenzuela ang pinaka nagdadasal sa ngayon.
And that makes everything much more interesting towards the last few games. There's going to be 2 more games for them. As we see Joseph Celso stretching out that floor. But it's going to be very, very interesting because this next 1.5 weeks, I think those 3 teams will be our most watched teams. Because that end of the eliminations will be very, very interesting.
Let me clear something up. Kapag dalawa lang ang nagtabla, win over the other tayo. Rizal defeated QC, QC defeated Valenzuela, and Valenzuela defeated Rizal. So tandaan po natin yan kapag dalawahan ang maging tabla. Pero kapag tatlo, then it's Rizal getting the advantage. As King Importante almost scored on that reverse. And this is Chris Porter on the putback.
Chris Porter, 15 points already in this game alongside with 3 rebounds.
On the other end, Destacamento kicking it out to Celso. No good. Missed by Batangas. We're back with the Marlins, down by 30, under 3 minutes remaining in the third. Diputado. This is Roque, able to convert.
This guy can shoot tough shots because he shoots well up top.
So hindi lang mid-range. May 3-pointer din, si Josh Roque.
That's a 3-pointer of Josh Roque here in this game.
This is King Destacamento. Sorry, miss on the breakaway slam. It's been that kind of a night for Sarangani. Valoria, the masked man, going up to O'Neal Arim. Si O'Neal ang pinakababad, no? In this third quarter for Batangas.
He actually has a go signal to shoot. The coaches want him to be creating that play.
But that's a nice dime onto King Importante.
25 points already para dito sa Batangas in this third quarter as Diputado answers right away on that next play.
How about Rev Diputado putting in the points? So that's how he would look when he's healthy. He has 9. O'Neal rin, back at it. Ooh, napaaga ang pasa on that flare. Gulat na lang si Jong Valoria.
Ano ni Jong Valoria, meron pang tao sa likod niya, but he got surprised. That was for him.
Yeah.
The pass was actually for him. And look at Coach Cholo right here. They are leading by 26 points. Pero pagsasabihan pa rin si O'Neal Arim as a perfectionist.
Lalo na pagdating ng playoffs, halos wala ka ng room for error by then. Valoria onto the ceiling. Mark Cruz, no good. Jump ball in favor of Sarangani.
It's like watching a forbidden game when we were young.
Yeah.
That last prize, you gotta really go out for it. And both Mark Cruz and Celso really wanting that basketball.
If Batangas wins this game, by the way, they will secure the number 3 spot as Diputado scores again.
What a tough finish from Rev Diputado. Dipsidu finishing with the offhand.
Ooh, that's a foul. Sumabit si Kai Oliva kay Joseph Celso. Let's see this play. The dipsy-do that you described. I call that magic in the air for Rev Diputado.
And that is magic para dito kay Diputado.
Right to left. Mark Cruz going to Jong Valoria. Catch and fire. No good. Rebound Diputado. He's in double figures. Rev sizing up his defender. Diputado spins. That's a turnover. A rare turnover, as I should say, for Rev Diputado. His second in this game, but only his 9th in his season as Destacamento scores.
The specialty of King Destacamento, that open court. Among all the bigs, he may be one of the fastest, so he was able to take advantage of that speed.
Oh, nice block by King Destacamento.
And the fans are enjoying that block by King. Napangiti na lang din si King. I think even he got surprised. Meet me at the rim. That was clean coming from King.
Again, he's been known for that in his years here in the MPBL. Ang maganda naman may sportsmanship
Yes.
afterwards between Destacamento and Ambuluto. Two very young lefty bigs here in the MPBL.
Ambuluto also recognizing that block coming from King.
Oh! Another moment for Sarangani as Diputado beats the buzzer with a 3-pointer.
And Diputado enjoying this end of the quarter, getting that highlight, getting an assist to the Destacamento, and now ending the quarter with that 3. That will count. That is clean.
Okay, Rev, you have 14 points, which means you're 8 points away from matching your season high versus Mindoro. 10 more minutes remaining for Rev, though, as on the other end, it's Philip Banyamogan, who scored 11 in the third frame, 17 in total, following up his 21-point performance versus Muntinlupa. His season high on the other end is 25, which he scored versus Bicol. These highlights of the game are brought to you by Ciplas, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration.
Of course, a lot of guys helping out itong Batangas. One of those guys, Banyamogan, really upping up his game. They are up by 19 points. A little run by Sarangani here, but at the end, Batangas still with a very comfortable 19-point lead.
Well, the biggest was 33 a while ago. This third quarter score is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending GameX. Presenting our Suzuki Muscular and Sporty fan of the game, just like the Avenus. Do more and achieve more with the Muscular and Sporty scooter from Suzuki. The Avenus, oras na para magmotor. We're glad to have her inside the San Andres Sports Complex. This is Sarangani versus Batangas. Bounce pass, Oliva finding John Aboluto.
And they really are trying to create for John Ambuluto. They want him to get going in terms of their offense. John in this ball game actually just has 7 points. But he is outmastering anybody in terms of rebounding already with a big 16 rebounds here in this game.
It's good that he's scoring. That's his 4th free throw make out of 5 tries. 8 and 16 for John. In and out on the 2nd try.
Already times 4 his usual average. He's only averaging 1.9 points a ball game. Sorry, 2 points a ball game para kay John Ampuluto, but now he already has a lot more.
Diputado just scored again. And Juanito brought up something interesting to me while we were off air. Kasi may dalawang diputado.
Yes. And it has confused me even in high school all the way to college.
So there's a Rev and there's a Jess.
And their faces are just 5% apart.
Yeah, man.
So you can never really tell them apart.
Well, okay, in our stats, the guy in front of us is Advent Jess Diputado.
Yes.
I actually called him Rev when I interviewed him before this game. I've been calling him Rev all season long. But now he just gave me some confusion. Let us confirm. As we'll also confirm this challenge.
The challenge of Sarangani Marlins was unsuccessful.
Okay, first of all, let's break down this coach's challenge.
Oh, they wanted a non-foul on that swipe
By who?
by...
Sige nga. Is that Rev or Jess? We tried to ask him, by the way, and he answered Rev or Jess. So, apparently, we're not wrong. Sky Oliva scores for Batangas City.
No, either way, both Diputados are very talented. These are very respectable point guards. Parehas inabot ko. And even way before, I've been confused because they play the same way, they look the same way, and they're both very talented. So whoever Diputado, props to them for making it far here in Philippine basketball.
Well, this Diputado in front of us already has 19 points off of his three-point conversion. And the lead is 17. You know, if Sarangani actually explodes, we could have ourselves a ball game.
And we are having a ball game right here. 2 straight threes para sa Sarangani, cutting the lead all the way to 14. Oh, I think it's a step.
Yeah, it's a 15-point advantage. Make it 17 now off of that conversion by John Abaluto. Now, this is going to be a big test for the third unit of Batangas City.
Coach
But
Cholo.
it seems like it's a mix.
Yes.
Second and third.
Jong is still there.
And dyan naman si Don.
Don Ochea is also there. Coach Cholo is not adjusting. He will be putting his trust to this lineup. So he wants to test this lineup. How can you maintain this lead even their homegrown is still on the court in Oliva?
This play of the game is brought to you by Suzuki. Guy Oliva using the screen onto his roller. Abaluto for 2. So John is now in double figures. A double-double for him. Total of 10 points and 16 rebounds. But only 1 rebound in the second half. Conversion for Sarangani. 85-70. Oliva brings it down. Defended by Rev Diputado. Now it's Valoria. They swing it over to Don Ochea. Back to Jong. Backing down. Fade away. No good. That's off of Celso.
Better defense coming from Sarangani the past few minutes. They're really challenging the shooters of Batangas.
Baseline inbound. Nice escape. What a play. And it seems like there was a miscue in the defense of Sarangani. Diputado. Baseline. Yes, sir.
What a ball game he's playing right here.
21.
He has 21 points. He's creating for his teammates. And he's also protecting that basketball.
So he's 1 point away from matching his season high as Mark Cruz converts for Batangas City. Diputado. Short.
He does have the green light coming from Coach John Calios to really operate for himself.
Oh, now he wants a sub.
He is tired. We do
Yeah.
feel it. He's been playing hot. You see the standing ovation coming from the bench. They do appreciate the efforts he's been putting here for Sarangani.
I hope he will still return. Might as well get your season high.
That's right. And they don't have the deepest bench. A lot are not playing today's ball game. A lot of homegrowns are not there. Ryan Suwal is not there. So, talagang magkakaroon ng pagkakataon para sa mga players to be able to play.
Kabila, wala si Dever Hernandez as this is a breakaway slam for King Destacamento.
He missed the left-hand dunk. Using his offhand, now he makes the right-hand dunk. Itong si King Destacamento.
And he had somebody to stare on to in the crowd. I wonder who that is. This is Jong Baloria. Nice pass. Mark Cruz, no good. Ambuluto, another board. Ambuluto, no good. Mark Cruz, off the glass.
I think that's a fourth or fifth miss for John Ambuluto, but you still have to appreciate the effort he puts on that offensive rebounding.
Ambuluto is 3 out of 12 from the field, only 25%, but he has 11 offensive boards. It's a steal by Roque. Josh on the move, bounce pass, Celso. A layup. 91-76, Sarangani still fighting hard here. Ochea, backing down, size advantage. Smart move.
A good recognition that they knew that Don Ochea had that size advantage on the inside.
There's a kick out to Celso. They swing it over to Roque at the corner. No good. Rebound, Mark Cruz. And here's CJ Isit. Ochea again. 2 points.
3 versus 2 opportunity. Isit taking advantage of his bigs.
Ochea is now in double figures. Destacamento misfires. We are halfway done in the fourth. Again, if Batangas wins this game, then they will secure the number 3 spot in the South Division. Binyan will be locked in at 4. Ooh, Caliano with the escape. But then he lost the ball. Leading on to a feed. It's a basket for Marleo Dakara.
So many highlight. That fake spin to a baseline drive was really nice. But there was a quick recovery on the defensive end, but he was able to locate his trail runner to be able to get that foul counted for Dakara.
Those are the first 2 points in the season for Dakara. This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. So, welcome to the MPBL, Leo Dakara. 95-79. CJ Isit. On to John Ambuluto. Backing down against Alves. Dakara helping out. 3 on the shot clock. Ambuluto! Yes, sir! Basket and 1.
When he was looking for someone to pass to, nagalit si Coach Cholo. Atakihin mo. And that is why he decided, okay, I'll try my chances against Koy Alves and he will win that battle. And look at that smile on John Ambuluto. The whole ball game, I never saw Coach Cholo shout until that moment.
Yeah.
He didn't want to attack.
And that's a testament to him wanting to build the confidence of John Ambuluto. Yan nga lang, pahirapan talaga para kay John sa larong ito. As he converts from the line, that's his 5th make at the stripe. Nabuluto has 13 points and 17 rebounds.
You know, just going back to the case of Coach Cholo, it is very frustrating when you set someone up and then they don't want to attack. You're given that chance. Take advantage of that chance.
Now, will they give him more chances? As now, it looks like it's Apinan who will get his chance. Dexter, strong side. No good. 2 free throws. Apinan, so far, hasn't missed from the line. 3 out of 3. These are his first minutes in the second half. He only played 8 minutes as well in the first half. As Rev/Jess Diputado returns for Sarangani.
Still a chance to create more numbers for himself. It's a good resurgence para dito kay Diputado.
We gotta know though. We gotta know the explanation. How do we differentiate them?
There's guys like JV and JC who's made a name for themselves pero na-differentiate na natin kahit papano.
Yeah. Tsaka sila, nasa harap natin silang dalawa. Ito, isa lang yung nakikita mo eh.
Who knows, baka palit-palitan pala sila maglaro dito. And I tell you, as someone who played with both of these brothers, these are very talented guards. So it's very, very hard to tell them apart.
I actually remember covering the other Diputado in the UAAP. Pero yung playing style, pareho lang din eh.
The way they dribble, the way they shoot, that makes everything more confusing, to be honest.
Oh! What was that, John Abuluto?
Was that an assist or was that a rebound for John?
Ito na. May nag-chat sa atin si Cedric Labing-Isa. Ito, galing NU to. Said, if you're watching, kulang yung explanation mo. Sabi mo, isa lang ang nickname ni Rev/Jess. So, ano pangalan ng kuya niya?
It's Rev also.
Let's see the next reply of Sed.
So they both go by Rev. That's something we can confirm.
I'm trying to do that right now. 3 minutes to go.
Shout out to Sed. We just saw each other yesterday in the game of NU.
Oh, tama, assistant coach siya doon. As we're seeing 2 more points from Leo Dakara. I miss Cedric Labing-Isa, by the way, here in the MPBL. He was a highlight guy before.
He is enjoying coaching. Itong si Sed, but still, talent-wise, he was really up there.
Yeah.
Itong si Labing-Isa. I remember him and Kim Cinco as teammates. Napakahirap. Silang dalawa pa lang, 16 na. Cinco, Labing-Isa.
Slow ko dun UPIS din si Sed?
No. They were teammates in NU Team B. And
okay.
Kim was really a close friend of mine.
Si Kim, alam ko UPIS yun. Eto na. Nag-reply na si Cedric Labing-Isa. What? This makes it even more complicated. As CJE said, misfires. These last 2 minutes are brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX Diputado scores again. He has his new season high of 23 points. I want to greet Monbert Arong, by the way, who's watching. Gandang gabi sa'yo, brother. We miss you here in the MPBL. As Darwin Lunor just scored, pahabol tayo. Sir Mark Garcia greets the Batangas City LGU officials, Mayor Beverly Rose Sabaya Dimacuha, Congressman Marvy Marino, Vice Mayor Liza Cruz, Tanduay Ram Masters fans. At sa mga Batanggenyo na nanonood ng MPBL, pinapabati kayo ni Konsehal Mac Garcia as Alarcon gets called for a travel. Apparently, there are 3 Diputado brothers.
Oh, there's another one.
Yeah. Okay, itong explanation ni Cedric Labing-Isa. May older player, si Chris Diputado. Naglaro din dati sa MP sa Rizal.
Alright.
MPBL naglaro dati sa MPBL. As Ramirez gets a steal and a layup. Si Rev, ito yung nasa gitna. And then yung bunso nila ay si Chami.
Okay. So this is the one that I was competing with, itong si Rev.
Oh, ito na siguro. Thank you, Cedric Labing-Isa, for the clarification.
Credits to you. Said, kanina pa kami ni Migs medyo naguguluhan. But now we have clarity. But one thing is for sure, and I will not be shy to say it, every Diputado is talented.
Yeah. All right. We have a timeout. 107.85, 1 minute to go. We have Camille Quizon, one of our beloved members of the MPBL family, present at the sideline. Si Melvin din, sa ating staff na araw-araw na naka-duty para sa Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. This is Mixed Comments, by the way, with Juanito Gregorio and Sidney Crespo. Commissioner Kenneth Duremdes is present with Rudy Distrito, Paulo Ramos, Emer Oreta, Seth and Shem Homora as well. Shem used to be a part of the Sarangani Marlins. Kala ko ay line up siya today dahil wala si Ryan Suwal. Pero okay lang dahil nag-step up naman si Rev Diputado. Has 23 points as Valenzuela now scores for Sarangani. First 2 points as well for him. 107.87, under a minute to go. This is RJ Ramirez. On to Darwin Lunor with a leaner and the bucket.
Batangas is not done. Still want to be able to execute here late in the ball game. See Coach Cholo still giving out instructions. That's the way he really coaches. They want to be able to max out every minute of the ball game to be able to execute and give opportunities for the players. Ngayon si Lenore naman ang kanilang tina-target to be able to get some shots.
Valenzuela shoving off his defender. Good help by VJ Alarcon. Will Batangas still shoot here? Ooh, Ramirez with another save. 7-second differential. Lenore from the corner. That's a 3.
5 straight points for Darwin Lenore. Good way to end the game here for him.
All right. Batangas City will secure the number 3 spot in the South Division over Binyan Tatak Gel. This is their 3rd straight victory, and they will finish the regular season campaign with a record of 20-8. On the other end for Sarangani, they fall to 5-20. They still have 3 more games against Pangasinan, Iloilo, and Caloocan.
What a ball game para dito sa Batangas. They started out very strong in the first quarter, leading by 26-17, and eventually never looked back. One guy who helped them out, John Abuluto. Shout out to the other bigs, Chris Porter, Jexter Apinan, Don Ochea. But in the end, John Ampoluto, his rebounding, his inside presence, and of course the offensive rebounding to be able to give them a lot of second chance opportunities was our main reason for choosing him as our best player. Well, deserving of the player of the game honors is John Ampoluto, as everybody is enjoying these honors for him.
He's our best player of the game, brought to you by Daily Fantasy. Dito sa Daily Fantasy, hawak mo ang laro. It's 15-18 as the numbers of John Ampoluto to finish this matchup. There's something about him that makes him the favorite of these Batangas players and coaches. Binabasa pa siya ng tubig ngayon ni Cedric Ablaza. This final score is brought to you by GameX, GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending GameX. I hope Sidney Crespo is not harmed at the sideline as she gets ready for this interview. Everybody else will be a part of the interview.
Marami na nag-best player sa Batangas, pero minsan lang sila nasa likod ng best player. So, tingnan natin kung bakit talaga sobrang suportado nila itong si John Ambuluto.
Tingnan natin kung may teammate interaction pa sa interview na to. Sydney, go ahead.
Yes, Meg, salamat no at pinasa mo na dahil pa-swimming pool na kami. Pa-swimming pool na kami dito sa courtside, no? Napakasaya ng Batangas dahil on their last regular game, si John Ambuluto ang kanilang best player with a double-double performance. 15 points, 17 rebounds. Ayan o, hayaan lang natin silang mag-enjoy dahil napaka-importante nitong moment na ito para sa kanila. John, alam mo, kakatapos lang na inyong regular season pero parang pa-champion na agad ang celebration. Anong masasabi mo sa napakamahabang 6 months? So actually, 9 months sabi ni Sir Jean at sa lahat ng effort nyo to stay on top.
Makukulit lang talaga yung mga yan. Yung goal pa rin namin yung focus namin ngayon para sa lalo na ngayon pa-playoffs na. At yun lang, ginagawa lang din namin yung mga advice ni coach o ano yung mga sinasabi. Yun lang.
John, after nyo mag-celebrate ngayong gabi, I'm sure magpapahinga kayo, mag-aaral, maghahanda, di ba, para sa playoffs. Ano ba ang gusto mong i-improve ninyo pagdating ng playoff?
Yung pa rin yung depensa namin at saka yung no mercy sana sa depensa. Kahit sinong kalaban dapat pukpok pa rin sa depensa. At i-improve mga dapat naming improve na kulang para sa playoffs.
No mercy sa depensa, abangan namin yan. Pero ngayon, bumati ka muna at magpasalamat.
Una-una sa lahat, binabati ko yung asawa ko, si Pearl. Yung anak ko, si Gianna, ay maybe yung biyanan ko, si Papa Rodel, si Mama Jane, yung mga kapatid niya dyan sa ibang bansa, si Christine, si Yeye, at si Loloy, at yung mama ko sa probinsya, at saka yung tatay ko, si Papa Johnny, si Mama Rowena, yung mga kapatid ko. At shoutout sa mga taga Sultan Kudarat Lambayong sa Mindanao. Yun lang. At saka big shoutout din pala sa Lunor Sportswear. Quality na jersey. Yun lang.
Alright, salamat at congratulations sa iyo, John, at sa buong Batangas, ang ating best player of the game ay brought to us by Daily Fantasy. Sa Daily Fantasy, hawak mo ang laro. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Sid. Parang nagigets ko na kung bakit paborito siya ng Batangas kasi ang bait no?
Yes.
Bait ni John Ambuluto. We did ask Philip Panyamogan at sabi niya, siya kasi yung madaling asarin dahil hindi napipigon among the players of Batangas City. Tomorrow, the MPBL will travel back to Binyan Laguna for Davao versus Quezon City. QC will need to win if they want that number 8 seed in the North Division. And then it's San Juan versus Zamboanga. What a game! And for our main event, Binyan Tazakjel will defend their home court against the Mindoro Tamaraos. Let's see if Binyan can get their 9th straight victory. Thank you for joining us on Neutral Ground for your MPBL Thursday. For Sidney Crespo and Juanito Gregorio, my name is Mix Gomez. At ito po, ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.